I wasn't really ready for
Fuck off, I'm reading.
It's time for books. Brittni's book fun Bistro books. Books!
Let's talk about books, baby. Let's talk about literacy. Today we're going to talk about a book I'm so excited to talk about. It's called Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. It is just a nerdgasm in your mouth. Oh god, it's so good. This book is so good that while reading it, everyone around me just became meat obstacles to finish this book.
Well, I'm off to the library to do some recreational reading.
Let me just set up the world for you. I'm so excited! So James Halliday is this dude who makes Oasis, which is this virtual reality, which is kind of comparable to World of Warcraft in a way. It would be a virtual reality that you would put on and then you would enter this world. So it's like plugging into the Matrix. I talk about the Matrix way too much in these. Clearly it's had a very big influence on my life.
Wow.
You go to school in the Oasis and you basically live your life in the Oasis. But outside of this virtual reality, the world is literally falling apart. Things have gone to hell in a handbasket, and I never understood what that meant, but things are bad. It follows Wade Watts, this kid who grew up in what's called the stacks. It's basically like a mobile home that's stacked on top of one of each other. Like I said, the world's bad. Like everything is just a very scary, realistic reflection of what could happen in the next 50 to 100 years. Much like Fahrenheit 451, a lot of things like the giant billboards that, you know, he predicted, and these walls of TVs that people watch all day long. That's happening. So the beginning of this book, it just starts off great because James Halliday, who invented the Oasis, has died, and he's hidden these Easter eggs inside the Oasis, inside of this virtual reality. And if you find these 3 keys and a gate and you pass through, literally millions of dollars is what you would win. Billions. It's just like cadillion.
Dollar bills, y'all.
$1 trillion. You would inherit his entire estate and the control of the game, the control of this virtual reality. So obviously he wanted it to go to someone that would respect the legacy that he wanted to leave. And on the opposite side of that, you have this evil conglomerate corporation, IOI. Ooh, they're just the worst. They have all of their corporate D-bags, doot bags, if you will, competing in this game, in this virtual reality, and basically infiltrated everything, and they'll buy off people, and they're the Walmart of this virtual reality. They're just gonna dick anyone and everyone over that they can. So what these people are called that search for these eggs, these keys, these gates, they're called egg hunters, shortened to gunters, which is what H is, and what Wade Watts, aka Parzival, is, and also what Artemis is. Artemis is the girl that Parzival falls madly in dick time for. It's an internet relationship. We've all been there. We all had ICQ at one point. No? Are you too young for that? Well, fine. Let me just grab my cane and stick it up my twat. So you have this evil conglomerate on the heels of everybody who is trying to find these eggs. And years go by and nothing is found. And then one day, this main character, Wade Watts, figures a part of something out, and then everything kind of speeds forward from there. And there's, you know, murder involved and technology. And it's just great. It's, get away from high stakes corporate conspiracy. You have these characters racing to this finish. Their lives are being threatened in IRL, in real life. So you basically have the underdog fighting the big guy. And on top of that, you get to have all these great references to the 80s, which is really fun even if you weren't involved in that era. Because I wasn't super involved in it. I mean, I was born at that time. I'm not that old. God damn it. Kane, right up the toilet. It all comes to a head because all of these people that are searching for these Easter eggs all converge at one point. It makes for a very amazing climax to the story. Climax, climax. That was a little Christina Aguilera for you. Oh, is that reference too old for you? Go jump back up your mother. Oh. There's a lot of great, really nerdy current references that a lot of people will get to, not just from the 80s, but you have like Will Wheaton is the president of Oasis. If you're familiar with Firefly, and Parzival's spaceship in the Oasis, it's the same spaceship used in Firefly, except it's named Vonnegut. There's a lot of Easter eggs inside of the story about characters that are searching for Easter eggs, which is really fun. I will give this yuck. I will give this yuck an Ultraman Boner. That's a reference that you'll get if you read the book, and also that's what I have right now for it. If you want a recommendation, I would highly recommend the Scott Pilgrim graphic novels, because you also have a lot of little Easter eggs. Like, you can read it over and over again and you'll find something different each time. And you have a main character that's very nerdy and cool and nerdy. Although Wade / Parzival is not actually really cool. He's just really nerdy. But also kind of cool. He finds his way, like we all do. He whips it out. He's confidence. Don't be disgusting. So keep your eyes peeled and your pants unzipped, because this is a good one. Bye!
What are you reading?
Just fuck off, I'm reading. Gah.
Oh, what are you reading? That's a good book.
Subscribe. I'll kill your family. I'll kill them all.